Yeah, it's going right now. Hello.
Go for it yourself. Thank you. Hello, my name is Michael Herzog, and today I will be discussing the proper methods for cleaning a computer or any other electronic device very similar to this. A lot of the same principles can be applied. The first thing is to make sure that you have the proper materials on hand for what you're doing. Depending on what kind of work you're doing, be it smaller areas, such as between keys on a keyboard or working on a screen, which can be a delicate procedure, you want to have the right tools for the job. I have a standard cloth, a bit of an all-purpose cleaner. I have acetone in a bottle that was originally used for lighter fluid. I like it because it has the smaller tip for better control. That way you're not getting it all over if you bought it in the big bottle with the wide mouth. Also, I have some small brushes, good for getting into tight areas. And I have an electronics kit for any issue I might come up to. This includes a soldering iron, some detail brushes, screwdriver for getting into the case, a special Torx driver if necessary. Now, a lot of electronics are something that we kind of take for granted. They're devices that we spend a lot of money on, quite a bit actually. The average laptop nowadays costs about $400 to $500 for a decent model. The reason why it's important to keep these clean is because it prolongs the life of the machine, therefore protecting the investment. Anytime you're buying anything of a massive expense, protecting an investment is a good idea. So we will be using this laptop, which I have left into the machine shop I work at, as a demonstration. As we can see, it is actually quite filthy. I purposely did this so we had a decent amount of filth here that everyone could see. So the first step to working with anything electronic is to make sure that it is powered off and that there is no power supply going to it. And it's going to fight with me as usual because that's just how it is. Remember what I said earlier about having the right tools? I could have tried that a little bit. So here comes the battery out. This makes sure that we do not have power going to it. We don't want to short anything out. I like to clean from top down, and it's important to be aware of what you're doing. So a little bit of acetone on a gloss screen like this will not hurt it to remove very tough things. You take a small amount, always put it on a cloth. To put anything wet on an electronic device is always a bad idea. Anything that is wet and not a controlled dampness can create a short. Short destroys it. And a horizontal motion across creates the best results. This also helps to reduce any glare or marks from streaking that may occur. And as such, just smooth, even pressure. It is an LCD screen, something to take into consideration. It actually looks significantly cleaner, doesn't it? The next thing is to move down. When you're touching anything, for example, controller on a video game console, keyboard on a computer, we as human beings touch our faces and various other bodily parts that can transmit disease a lot. A smart idea would be to clean it regularly, about a week. An antibacterial cleaner on said cloth, and this will actually help keep the keys from getting too dirty. Do not use a ton of pressure, just enough to keep everything off. And I know I can hear the scratching. And then finally, cleaning smaller crevices and areas. Anything else that's stuck on the other areas can be cleaned in the same manner. Oops, wrong section of my cloth. Another thing that I do not have with me, but is also good, is a can of compressed air and a vacuum. Using the open vent ports on even a game console, computer, various other devices similar, TV, and a vacuum, you can spray the compressed air into the vent ports, and by using the vacuum in the other vent port, it creates almost like a nice suction effect that removes the dust. Why that is important is because heat buildup is the enemy of the electronic device. the more heat you have generated and built up, the more it causes breakdown of the components. The last thing is a little trick. You have keys, which tend to become problematic when you have dirt, dust, various debris that gets stuck. I have these small brushes, little dental brushes, the kind you use to clean between your teeth. They're nice because they're small, and they're flexible, and you can get underneath the keys. And anything that is stuck under there, you can get out from under there, and it allows the key to function correctly again without being stuck, without having something jam under it. That is just the basic method for properly cleaning a computer. There's no need to use ridiculous amounts of anything. I've actually seen somebody dip one of these in a sink before and then ask me why it didn't work. Right. Now, a basic guideline. It will cost you maybe $5-6 to get the basics to keep any electronic device of similar design clean and to keep it clean. And this will actually prolong the life of the device. It helps keep people from getting sick, spread of germs and whatnot amongst family use devices, things like that. And it's a good way to protect an investment that can get quite expensive over time. The average computer repair for something as simple as a stuck key because something got lodged in there can actually be upwards of $100 depending. Well, that's it. The proper and simple method for cleaning a computer. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you listening to me. And I hope everyone has a good day.